This is it, my gorgeous Aries. This is it. The 22nd of January 2020. It's going to be all about your own improvement, your own development, your own promotion, and most certainly the outcome of the past efforts is going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. Rebirth, rebirth, rebirth. It can mean so much when I say this, but this is a very personal moment in time. This is going to be a very personal moment in time for you, because at the same time you are going to regain the balance that was affecting you to actually reach certain things to the best of your ability, and also the balance that was slowing you down. It was clouding certain things around you, and it was preventing you to move on, because it was like making the situation to look kind of uneven, or making the situation to look kind of not the way it is. This is just a part of the process that it's keep on repeating until we learn something from our past experiences, until we learn a certain lesson. Again, I'm not going to say mistake, but most certainly I'm going to say a lesson, because there is going to be a very karmically powerful moment that is going to attach itself to this particular situation. I am talking about the 22nd of January 2020, which is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing moment in time for you, because it's going to return the strength. It is going to return the power. It is going to return, the actual, it's going to enhance your energy levels, which is going to be absolutely everything, because it's going to bring that optimism. With this, there is going to be a very strong reflection that you are going to have about your life, and suddenly, very strongly, very powerfully, you will feel like you want to change the certain direction. But this is really good. It's not huge, it's not massive. It's to do with a certain skill that you have, that it's going to require from you to dig a little bit deeper through your own illumination in order to reach this very significant and powerful point. As I said, at the same time, there is a very important decision that you are going to make, but this is so significant when it comes to the certain judgment at around the same time, and it's very important at the same time to remember to get rid of the very last part of this karma. So how do you do that? What karma I'm talking about? No, baby, no. This is very deep, and it's very complex, and it's going back to 36 months. The last 36 months have been all around this particular point, particular moment. So there is also heavy karma connected to it when you kind of maybe felt a little bit emotional about a certain stage, about a certain aspect, about a certain unfoldment of your life, and it's just so you were affected by somebody else. So it's very important to remember, whoever comes into your life at around this time when you feel very angry or very negative around, it is not about oh God, forgive and forget. Yes, I know it sounds like forgive and forget, but this is so important. It's not even about that person or this maybe group of people that might have done something to you in order to make you feel a little bit negative or bitter, but it's very important for you, for yourself, to release yourself from this negative karma, from this negative energy, by forgiving and forgetting at the same time, because this is going to be all part of this wonderful and very important and very powerful direction and dimension that you're about to enter at this moment in time. All you need to do, my gorgeous Aries, is just follow your own creativity. Follow your own creativity on the 22nd of January, and after that point, and after that moment in time, there shall be return of your own power, and that in itself is going to be very strong moment in time when it comes to your own strength, when it comes to your own confidence, to your own accomplishment, which is just going to make you creative, and that creativity is going to enhance your own energy. So it's very important to see as well on the 22nd of January, and after that moment, what do you feel connected to? What would you like to do? On one hand, there is going to be the next stage that is going to be provided to you literally, but on another hand, if you would like to change your direction, change your stage, change certain option, this is going to be perfect moment in time, because you are going through your own rebirth. At the same time, your own wake-up call, it's going to provide you with a vision. vision that you will have, as long as you get the balance right when it comes to your own force, when it comes to your own direction, when it comes to your own power of your thinking. This is so beautiful, but most certainly this is the time of your reward. This is the time of your own personal illumination, and it's also going to, on one hand, make you feel very creative, but on another hand, it's going to bring you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful peace, inner peace into your life, which is going to lead towards the new beginning. And also very important to say that you are going to have your own little wheel of fortune moment. This is so important to say that after the 22nd of January, you will have a Wheel of Fortune moment, which is just going to be the pure result of everything that I said so far. But most certainly, my gorgeous Aries, you're actually going to, at the same time, going to start feeling the whole new direction already subconsciously. But most importantly, you will find yourself somewhere unusual. You will find yourself in between the 22nd of January and the end of January. You need to watch for this. It's going to be a rather strange day. It's going to be quite unusual. It's going to feel like a completely different dimension. This is because it's going to be, and these are going to be integral parts of these energy points that are going to push you towards this direction, because you will be surrounded by the group of people who you wouldn't be normally surrounded. And this is when this is going to get tickled in so many different ways, because what is going to happen, an unusual situation is going to come up, and you are going to act. You're going to have to act in very quickly and very sharply and very beautifully, and you're going to surprise yourself. And that surprise is direct product of this wonderful energy, vibration, and direction that you're actually going to have at the same time. So you're going to make a decision, and that is going to be so important, because it's at the same time going to become an absolutely mind-blowing starting point when it comes to your own destiny, fortune, fate, outcome, advancement. It is just, everything is just going to start making sense when it comes to your life, because it's all about this particular culmination that it's going to come through. And the conclusion is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because an absolutely annoying problem that was causing so many issues when it comes to security, power, finances, directions, emotion, it's coming to an end. It's wonderful because it's all coming from an unexpected event, but most certainly it's going to change your life. I'm getting very excited for you, my gorgeous Aries, because this is only going to be the starting point indeed. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for January. Aries, by the way, for those of you who don't know what Aries is, it's Aries, so it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for January 2020. Now, when it comes to your number in numerology, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to your number in numerology, your number is actually 29. 29, it's a perfect number, it's a powerful number, it's a very strong number, and it's also showing you the actual surprise that you're going to have. The surprise is going to be good, and there are two things that are going to be very much so major when it comes to that particular surprise. So there are going to be a couple of surprises that you're going to have that are going to lead to the greatest awakening of your life, because it's all about the perfection, and it's all about the recognition and honor that you are going to have, and you're reaching a very strong point of your own high illumination, which is going to reflect on you, and it's going to give you Vavumish feeling and Vavumish energy and Vavumish moment in time that it's going to reflect you on the whole month. This is so good because it's going to mean to you so much. You will see, it's very deep, it's very important, because it's about your own capability. Not only you will prove something to yourself, but people in your life are going to be proven something, and this is going to be so important to you, because it's just, you have been working so hard, you have been focusing so hard, you have been like trying to reach this particular moment for such a long time. So most certainly this is the greatest moment in time when it comes to your own capability, and that in itself, it's all about your just rewards, from hard work, success, and admiration. And this is going to reveal the certain capability that is just going to re-energize you, rejuvenate you. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself. And at the same time, you're going to rediscover like some kind of lost happiness. I'm not saying that you were miserable. I'm not saying that you were sad. I'm not saying that you were really, really negative or anything anything like that. I'm just saying that basically this is an important moment in time when it comes to you and when it comes to this particular realization that is just going to be so important to you, because it's going to be part of the very significant stage, and that stage is going to be the next stage of your journey when it comes to your security and power. And it's going to be so good because it's all about you following your own creativity, and that is just going to bring you completely new harmony, the beginning of something absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to take stage here, it's going to take step here, that is literally going to change your life. I'm just so happy for you, because at the same time it is just all about this creativity, and it's all about this beginning of something very important stage. It's to do with your gain, it's to do with your fortune, it's to do with a certain enterprise, a future planning, but it's all about the gain that you are going to have, that it's going to allow you to have a meaningful experience, to understand yourself, in a different way, through such a beautiful expression of your own success, which is just going to allow you to grow spiritually and mentally and successfully. This is going to be absolutely mind-blowing stage that you're actually going to be going through. This is so important, my gorgeous Aries, because I don't even know how to explain this. This is all about the perfect balance in between your inner peace, in between your success and some kind of little bit of anxiety, moments are slowly coming to an end that have been kind of caused through overburdened feelings and stress that you had to go through, because you find yourself in the stage in your life where you no longer enjoy maybe certain experiences, certain stage in a certain dimension. This is all about rediscovery, and it's all about going on the next stage, but very meaningful time of invocation, focus, radiance and unfoldment, which is just going to activate you and activates those points that are needed to be activated in order to gain your pure crispness, your pure sharpness that you had. It's so important because it's going to lead towards beautiful celebration towards the end of the month, which is just going to bring you such a wonderful and harmonious energy, because the stage that was really preventing you to achieve what you wanted to achieve, it's coming to an end. It's so important because this is how you're gonna know, this is when you're gonna feel as well by the end of January, how important the actual January is going to be, and it is just going to bring the feel and energy and the actual whole dimension of January, what is actually a whole dimension of the actual 220, the whole year, what is going to be dominating. And what is going to be dominating in your life is the return of happiness and excitement and security and power that you no longer had, or you felt like it because of the overburden, stress and feeling that you had, that you were actually going through. It's very important because the 2020, look at this, 20 and then 20, 2 times 20 we have. This is an important number. We all have been focusing on this number many times without even realizing. This number was part of our lives for a long time, and this is why the reflections of our lives are going to be so strong, and we're going to be provided with opportunities that we haven't been provided so far. And this is why, my gorgeous Aries, this is going to be an absolutely remarkable and very powerful and very significant start of your life. And I'm so excited for you indeed, because this is the time when a lot is actually going to change. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to your health, it is just basically the sore throat is just something that is going to be quite significant here. So this is a lot to do with as well cold and flu symptoms that you are going to have. And what I said before for cold and flu, it's organic acerola cherry powder. I know I said millions of times, but I'm going to say it again. I don't care, because I just think that you need to take this throughout January. Every single morning, take 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, and this is going to provide you with an adequate amount of vitamin C per serving. Very significant, very strong, and it's natural without chemicals, and you also get a certain B vitamins with it as well, which is always good. Because on the other hand, what else else I was going to say, a bit of a stress that you will be going through. Baby stress, baby stress, baby stress, baby stress, little baby stress that you're going to be going through. And that's why I need you to take like a B vitamins, natural form of B vitamins, or like a food that is actually rich in B vitamins. It's also going to help you to replenish B vitamins, and the B vitamins are very good on one hand for your digestive system, which is going to be quite sensitive, and then on another hand it's going to be very good for your stress system, for the nervous system, very important to actually take. And also vitamin D for your bones. Vitamin D, very important natural supplements without like anti-caking agents and things like that, but also make sure that you provide yourself like with the sunlight if you don't want to take a tablet, like natural supplements I'm talking about, without chemicals, okay? So, but if you can't take that, then you can just like go in the sun, and then you can get like a certain amount of vitamin D through the sun, of course. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just make sure you check with your doctor, make sure you check with your GP whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, going on the very first date, my gorgeous Aries, it's actually going to be on the 1st of January. Now, the very 1st of January is just going to feel like, straight away it's going to feel unusual. It's going to feel unusual in such a sense and in such a way where you're going to kind of feel very mature, very old. No, I'm joking. You're going to feel like very mature in the way you're going to think, in the way you're going to feel, but especially when it comes to the certain aspect of your life, the certain problem shall return. And now you're going to find yourself like already like kind of feeling like a little bit less stressed or less anxious when it comes to that particular problem. So this is so good, because this is where this mature energy, mature feeling, I say mature energy and mature feeling. You could be 85 years old, you could be 90, you could be 100. It doesn't matter what age. It's to do with maturity, it's to do with the decision, it's to do with being wise, it's to do with being strong, it's to do with being powerful, it's to do with being well balanced, which is at the same time going to bring you a promise, a vision, a strong focus, and also it's going to make you realize what makes you unsatisfied in your life, what makes you unsatisfied, and what is kind of bringing you struggle. This is so good, because this is ping ping, where your eyes are just going to be wide open, and it's so good because you will just know, there's absolutely no point, to carry on if it's bringing you down, if it's making you unhappy, if it's making you sad, just basically there's no point. That, my gorgeous Aries, is going to lift the veil that was like around you for such a long time. The veil is going to be shifted at that moment in time. Hey, my babies, it's the 1st of January and you're already at the beginning of that month. You're having such a strong stage here. This is going to bring you worldly power, accomplishment, and confidence at the same time. And that confidence is going to help you to make a certain decision, and it's also going to make you to dig deeper into the situation connected to somebody else, and which is going to provide you with an opportunity to kind of discuss something or to sort something out. But this time the outcome of that, it's actually going to be a little bit different. It's wonderful and very important to actually say that it's something that you could benefit from. It would be labradorite, very much so. You see this gorgeous little labradorite. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. But what I was going to say is the labradorite is rather wonderful, because you will be surprising yourself throughout this month, and also the certain opportunities that are going to travel towards you, that you're going to be part of, are also going to bring the certain level of surprise. Sometimes surprise is good, but if we don't feel right at the same time, then it means that it can actually go two ways. If we feel okay, then we can get the right vibration and then we can go for it. But very easily, if we don't feel right, then we can just kind of like maybe not realize what the point is, what the main point is. It can happen very easily with a very strong vibration. So labradorite is very powerful when it comes to that. So any important decisions, any important situations, any important like directions and dimensions you go through, I would just have a labradorite that day throughout January and February. It's just something that you're really going to benefit from, because it's going to give you a certain balance, and it's also going to help you to recognize spiritual messages that you wouldn't normally recognize through your own balance with the power of your own third psychic eye, like ooh la la, Erinis, ooh la la. The second important date is going to be on the 12th of January. The 12th of January, it's just like going to be like a little bit of like a what is the word? It's like a very much so, you're going to feel like drawn to your past. It is going to be like a very much so to do with like a past influence. It's not like it's a nostalgia, but a good nostalgia with the past. Okay? It's going to make you think. This is going to be a very interesting day. And this is also at the same time going to be an interesting and very powerful point when it comes to the certain patience, and when it comes to the certain waiting, when it comes to the certain point in your life that you will know that you were very patient about, but now it's the time of happiness. But at the same time, it's going to require from you to kind of carry on a little bit longer. It's going to be just evident on this day, but also at the same time, reflection from the past, the realization from the past. It's also going to bring an insight how to deal with a certain problem, how to deal with a certain issue, and what should return into your life, that it's missing, that you should be doing right now. It's good because it's going to make you instantly vibrant and very creative, and that in itself is also going to become a part of a very important and significant wake-up call that you are going to have, and it's going to help you to have this particular vibration indeed of reflection on the past that is going to bring you an insight, and on another hand, that is going to immediately put you into the stage of the learning process. So here you will definitely want to have some kind of learning experience, which is just going to travel towards you then and there. Very important, because it's going to help you with your own reflection, and that on another hand, it's going to become an important moment in time when it comes to your own swift activity, sudden progress of movement. It's a very stage and stale area and stage of your life. It's going to start having a rather interesting and very powerful changes here, and this is so important because it's all about the kind of like connected to the certain conflict that you had in the past that kind of prevented you to move on like as quick as you wanted, you see. So this is all going to make sense, and it's most certainly going to be the part of your own illumination, but at the same time part of your own protection when it comes to security and power. Important. The third important date is going to be on the 23rd of January. Now the 23rd of January, you're going to hear a good news. That good news that you are going to hear, it's going to be about your own advancement. It's something that you expected, something that you wanted, something that you desired, and most certainly it is just all about the strength that you are going to get, not through your own efforts and things like that, but the strength that you are going to get because you're going to find yourself right on an advanced level, on a victorious level, which is just going to surprise you like ooh la la, and it's going to provide you with an option, that is just not going to be that far from you, much closer than what you thought. And that in itself is going to be an important moment, because you will know that a very significant completion, something is going to come to an end slowly, because it is all about the recognition of an idea that is going to become an integral part of your journey here. What else is going to happen? Important to stay committed to the task at hand, because on this day you're also going to be tested a little bit indeed. When it comes to the certain apprenticeship, something is going to be offered to you by my babies, my bambinis and my bambinas. It's at the same time you need to make sure and you need to realize that you're also going to basically going to be a little bit tested at the same time. So it's very important to stay committed to the task at hand, because you might find yourself like, trying to be distracted from what you do. Just go for it. And on another hand, sadly on the 23rd of January, you're going to see, you need to be very careful, when you talk about things about yourself, personal. I wouldn't trust too many things to too many people on the 23rd of January, because there is going to be a little bit of snaky in the grassy that is going to be revealed here. Somebody's going to try to trick you into something. So I'm just saying, please. It's just the basic. 23rd of January, you will be able to tell this, you will be able to know this, and when you feel if somebody's a little bit off, when you feel if somebody's a little bit negative, if you feel if somebody's not who they are, who they claim to be, just move away from the situation, because you are going to kind of you are going to realize maybe certain little bit deception, or a little bit trickery and dishonesty, but this is going to be so good, because it is going to, the bottom line is that it's going to be an integral result that is just going to be the last job that is actually going to help you to move on from the situation that is negative, that is no longer serving you, that is also connected to negative people that are becoming quite toxic, and this is like kind of reflecting on you. So it's actually going to be a bit of a yin-yang, you know, yin-yang situation. So yin-yang, an important situation where it's going to be like a bit of a negative situation, but most certainly it is going to work in your favor. I highly suggest you something to wear like an amethyst. You see this gorgeous amethyst here, amethyst pendant, and it's very important because on one hand it's going to enhance your third psychic eye, but on another hand it's going to basically protect you against this negative influences, negative people, negative experience, this negative energy in general. Every time when you're around negative people, I would probably wear an amethyst pendant throughout January, even February. It's going to be very important because it's going to protect you, but it's not going to affect your vibration when it comes to your psychic feelings, when it comes to your third psychic eye and things like that. You're still going to reach a very high levels of your own spirituality. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. So now, my gorgeous Aries, the very first date that I'm going to be talking about is very first part, sorry. Very first part. I've done dates, didn't I? No, very first part of January that I'm going to be talking about, the very first week, you know, it's just going to be all about you feeling very indecisive, because here you will be provided with an opportunity that you didn't have before. And it's also going to be the return of strength, power that is going to come through your own success and through your own accomplishment, that is going to bring you self-esteem, and that is going to enhance your confidence, and it's going to bring you control over a situation. An indecisive situation is going to be very important because you're going to make a decision, and that decision is going to be so good. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, so good, because it's not only going to be an integral part of your awakening, but it's also going to help you to escape into a new life, and escape, most importantly, to escape so many restrictions. Here you will be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it, and it's so important. And that in itself is just going to be such an important Vavumish moment in time, because it's going to bring you hope, and it's going to bring you new prospects, and going to bring you an excitement. It's going to be connected to the destiny, fortune, and a brand new beginning that is absolutely going to change everything, and it's going to empower you. It's going to influence you in such a good way, where you're going to be like absolutely ready for everything. And this is the creativity that I'm talking about when it comes to strength and the control over a situation. You know, it's all about creativity, and doing what you like. This is exactly by the time we get to the second part of January, my gorgeous Aries, when we get to the second part of January, it's all about, you know, like highly transformational time, very, very beautiful transformation you will go through. But this will come through you realizing a very big stage in your life. It's about to unfold, but first of all, your life is going to start changing here. It's all about the completion and the new beginning. But that completion, that if that happened like a few months ago, you'd be like, no! But now, this is just all going to be completely different, with a completely different radiance, which is just going to be illuminated in so many different ways. And most certainly, you know, most certainly this is going to be the time of your own personal reward, you know, and you need to remember that you have to follow your own intuition. At around mid-January, it's so important to follow your own intuition. Do not get confused, because there is always so much happening on an emotional levels, and when it comes to people in your life, this is going to be highly important and highly spiritual time when it comes to certain people returning in your life. Not lovers or anything like that, no baby, no. But I'm saying people who are meant to be in your life that you might have lost the contact with, they shall start returning at around mid-January. One person in particular, but it's very important to say, to trust your own intuition. Your intuition is going to reveal something to you. Bam, bam, bam. Now, this is so important because it's to do with your skill, it's to do with who you are, it's to do with what you need to do, it's to do with what you want to do, and it's to do with a really important information. When it comes to that, it's going to help you to go towards the certain pathway, which is most certainly going to become the greatest time, the greatest moment of your own recognition. This is so good, so good, so good, because that recognition that you will have is going to be everything, and it's going to lead towards the certain sacrifice. By the time you get to the last part of January, you're just not going to believe it, and the sacrifice is going to be that you're going to have to change your life a little bit, you're going to have to edit your life a little bit. You will know that your life is going to start changing, but not for a long time, but for the certain amount of time you will need to go and towards the certain pattern that is going to affect your life in general. But most certainly it's going to be great because you will know this is your highly intuitive time. Don't remember, your third cyclic eye is just going to be screaming like that, go for it. But this is so good because this energy is just going to be pushing you to go towards there. By the time we get to the last part of January, as I said, somebody very important in your life, like a spiritual leader, like a guru, or somebody who you really look up into this way, it's going to confirm something to you. The realization you will get from that person that it's time to follow your inner bliss, to look at your own reflection and just go for it. That is going to provide you a little bit of a hermit moment also, like at the end of January 2020. And that hermit moment in the end of January 2020 is going to help you to realize and to single out the actual realization that you wouldn't normally have. Something is just going to be confirmed here to you, whether this hermit moment is going to be like overnight when you're sleeping, maybe you're going to have a couple of hours, maybe the whole day is going to be like that. Remember, hermit moment, it's important and it's very powerful, and it's not about we are just withdrawn, no, at the same time you're very powerful, you're very illuminating like your own situation, and you're able to see your life with a completely different eyes from all kind of angles. But at the same time you will be able to kind of have all sorts of messages from your spirit guides, from your guardian angels, like confirmations of the beautiful confirmation you will have about your own victory and mental clarity. This is so important when it comes to your own prosperity, money, finances. This is going to be an important starting point. But at the same time you will know that the certain changes that you're about to have, you will feel a little bit scared, a little bit negative, but it's absolutely fine. You just have to remember to be adventurous. Things are not as bizarre as they seem. When it comes to new beginning, when it comes to new start, it's all about you and the way you feel inside, the way you feel within. Remember, you have a power within you. It's all coming from you, all this power and illumination. So it's about you, the way you think about the situation and about your life in general. It's about no one else, you see. This is so good because it's a challenging situation that you will have, and all you need to do is just be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. Just remember, be yourself. There is no one like you. You are the best version of yourself. This is exactly what you need to remember at around the end of January, because you will be going through your own competition. You will have some kind of challenging competition, and this is so good because you're going to do so well. You're going to do so great, and you're going to come on top, and you will get out of the negative situation in your life that was preventing you to move on. And most certainly this is all about the practicality and security that you're going to have that you didn't have in a long time, and that in itself is going to be the beginning of something absolutely remarkable indeed. On another hand, it's the certain inheritance. One more thing I was going to say, at around the end of January there is a certain inheritance that you are going to get. If you haven't got anybody to give you inheritance, or if you haven't got a family, then you will hear about a certain amount of money that it's about to come to you, that is about to travel towards you. You may get it at the end of January, or you may just hear about it at the end of January. So this is always going to, this is always good, and it's most certainly going to, it's an extra money that always comes in handy, of course, indeed. Okay, so now what am I going to do, my gorgeous Aries? I'm going to, where is it? 2,000 tarot cards around me, but I can't find the ones that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna go for these ones. These are calling me right now. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm gonna connect to those of you that are actually in relationships. Now, oops, Jesus. Okay, so now here we go. Now something is going to distract you, okay, a little bit of conflicting influence here, a little bit of a conflict, baby, conflict, baby, conflict, baby, conflict, baby, conflict, little conflict that you will have with your partner, you see, but it's just that you need to be a little bit careful. I think it's going to be like a little bit disagreement that you're going to have. Maybe you will want to buy something, maybe you will want to get something. It's something to do with the money, something to do with the security and power that is going to cause a certain uncertainty, and it's going to reflect on both of you, and it's going to kind of make you feel like a little bit of a conflict, but it's going to be absolutely fine. And it's just basically, it is just something that you will both need to agree to, but the most certainly it's going to be fine by the end of the month, and there is going to be less stress at around the end of the month, and most certainly there is an important decision that you will both actually make. It's just about a certain fear and about a certain conflict about the money, or using money for something, but then you will realize that the new beginning is also going to provide you with a certain security, and that security is going to help with this confusion. Okay, and now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to basically connect to those of you Aries, my gorgeous Aries that are single and ready to mingy. Oh Lord, now, sorry, but look, there you go. No. You see, it is the great moment in time to go out and have a fun, go out and meet as many people as you can, but it's just basically, do you know what? There is going to be someone that you're going to meet, and there is going to be also someone that you're going to fancy, and they will fancy you back, but very soon you will realize that this is a bit of a devilish person. I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds bizarre, so you will be able to realize it's not your stranger in the night, not your stranger in the night moment, but it doesn't matter. The most powerful thing at this moment in time is that is going to be very important for you to realize something. There is some kind of lesson that you're going to learn, and after that moment this is going to be really important. No, you're not going to be with the devil. No, you're not going to have a mingy with the devil. No, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that it's going to be like a negative person that you're going to come across, but that person is going to be an integral part of your own changes, because that person is going to influence you in the right way, in the right direction, to move on from the certain people that you maybe fancy. You will spiritually grow after this moment in time. So there is going to be an important moment that you're going to gain out of the negative situation, being around someone that could have been like a ooh la la, but it's like, oh no baby, no. You will know this, but there is an important lesson that is actually going to be there for you indeed, that you're going to benefit from. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year 2020. I wish you all the best, my gorgeous Aries. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Okay, Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you, Aries. Bye.